Now, people, Prime Minister Andrew Holness on Tuesday assured residents in central Kingston and Fletcher's Land that the government will provide assistance to the people who were affected by the recent fire in their communities. Holness, who visited the area on Tuesday afternoon, advised residents that his administration would do its best to assist those who were displaced by last Wednesday's fire.
Let me assure you that we are going to assist those persons who have been displaced by the fire. We're going to try and do it as quickly as possible. But it is not something that can happen overnight. Before we can assist in any meaningful way other than the humanitarian assistance, which is already in train, the building assistance, we have to determine the ownership of the land. That's number one. And then we have to do some social investigation into the circumstances of the persons to determine the extent to which we can help. All of that we are going to put into train to ensure that we can help the persons dislocated to come back to some form of normalcy.
If them not have no title for them yard, still
very good question. That we cannot build on property that we don't know who own it. True. We can't just go onto people's property and build. So we have to establish ownership. Once ownership is established, then we can determine what we can do, whether it is to replace a building or to give a grant. Now, for those persons who are living on property that they don't own or don't have the title to, then we still will help, but we will help you maybe with building material or some other form of assistance. But we cannot build on land that is not our land or we don't have the right to build on it. That's just the reality of the situation. So I understand from the Member of Parliament that the land situation is being assessed, that they do have titles and permission. And so for those that they don't have the title or they know who the owners are, then we will seek to get permission from the owners to build. But the first thing is to establish who owns the land so that the government itself is not violating people's property rights by going on to people's land and doing whatever we choose. So that's not how we operate. All right, so anyway, thank you very much. Thank you for the welcome, and we'll do as much as we can very quickly. All right? All right, thanks everybody.
Two people are dead and two others injured following two fatal crashes in Hanover. The first incident occurred along the Orchard Main Road on Monday sometime after 7 p.m. In that incident, 30-year-old Richard Brown, otherwise known as Boy Boy, lost his life. Head of the Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch, Assistant Commissioner of Police, ACP Dr. Gary Mackenzie, says that crash occurred when a motorcycle crashed into a Toyota Vaxi motor car.
What we understand is that a black Toyota Vaxi motor car, this vehicle was traveling from Hopewell towards Sandy Bay, and there was a missile motorcycle that was traveling from Sandy Bay towards Hopewell. What we have gleaned is that the motorcycle was in the process of passing a number of vehicles when it collided head-on with the Vaxi motor car. As a result of that, the pillion rider that was on the motorcycle suffered serious injuries and died at the hospital.
The second incident occurred on Tuesday along the Orange Bay Main Road sometime after midnight. That crash, in which a motor vehicle crashed into an embankment, claimed the life of Shantavia Murray.
A motor car was being driven along the road towards the grill, and this is from Green Island. And there were two female passengers that were actually on board this motor car. Upon reaching an area along the Orange Bay Main Road in the vicinity of Board Scheme, the driver somehow appeared to lost control of the vehicle, and as such the vehicle went to the left of the roadway, hit a ditch as well as an embankment, and so all three persons, the driver along with the two female passengers, they suffered serious injuries as a result of the crash. When they arrived at the hospital, unfortunately, one of the females, she actually died as a result of the crash.
Meanwhile, ACP Mackenzie says there's been a worrying increase in the frequency of motor vehicle crashes since the start of the year.
We continue to see some crashes as a result of drivers apparently not controlling motor vehicles on the roadway. Since the start of the year, we have had a number of crashes where persons just appear to lose control. Now, if people are driving properly, paying attention and driving within the speed limit, separate and apart from mechanical defects, which the investigations have not proven that this is so, then it would seem to me that persons need to be much more careful whilst driving.
People, I always say, anytime you leave your yard and reach your destination, give thanks. When you leave your destination and reach back at your yard, give thanks because enough people left their yard for go to work and them not reach their work. Some people reach their work, left work for go back a yard and still not reach a yard because of accident seen. And as me say, look like say from what day, nobody now sick and dead. I be accident, gunshot and stab up. Seen? Or some people just take their own 3 pints. So me I tell you, give thanks for your life once you're living right now. I want to say RIP to boy. Condolences goes out to his families, friends and well wishers. I want to say RIP to Shantavia Murray. Condolences goes out to her families, friends, well wishers, and her co-workers. And as I say co-workers, she used to work at the Princess Hotel in Negril. So it seems as if she was on her way from work when the incident occurred and she lost her life. She is said to be from Little London in Westmoreland. Again, may her soul rest in peace and a speedy recovery to the others that were injured in the accident. People, please big up on yourself and please stay alive. Please stay focused. Stay positive, people. We are begging you. And please press the like button on the video. Yes, the video deserve a like. It's not like say you like what I go and say people are dead, but you just like it because you watch the channel. So press the like button, man. Big up on yourself in a real life. What is on my nose? I'm out.